This is the Night Wolf howling at you, and today we are going to be taking a look at a Nendoroid doll based on my dress up darling. It is the Shizuku Kuroe Cosplay by Marin. I have never opened one of these before, so this will be a first time. We just got an image of the doll on the front, a couple of images posed on the back. This worries me a little bit. I mean, the box is heavy, so I'm assuming the doll is in there. But I don't like the way it just shows this stuff here and not like there's a fear in me that this is actually just the costume and legs and maybe the head. Because again, I've never opened one of these before. If it's not the whole thing, then this is going to be a real short video and this will be returned to Amazon. But I did get this specifically because of the discount that they did during Amazon Prime Days in October. Let's hope I didn't make a mistake. Okay, it is in fact the full doll. We got a nice bag of extra parts and most likely a figure stand. All right, we've got the spare parts, and I guess that attaches somewhere on her for the stand. Let's just take a quick look at the book here. Nendoroid. Okay, so the two neck joints are short and long. I mean, at least there's English on here. All right. We got her little clothing set here, and I like that it includes a pinafore. No, not a pinafore. It's not a tutu. Petticoat. It comes with a petticoat. Um, she is wearing like the shorts like she wore under the costume. I'll put my hand over the naughty bits. By the way, I still have no idea what is written on her thighs. Does anybody... Like, every time I see this translated, I've never actually seen a translation of what is written on her thighs. So if anybody knows, please feel free to tell me. Ow, 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 ow. That hurt. It's kind of weird that the hair is molded in the skin tone and then just painted. Head sculpt looks pretty good though. Okay, so this is that part that we saw in here. It looks like that's the longer neck joint. Well, let's go ahead and dress up our dress up darling here. I don't know how YouTube feels about doll bodies being naked, but let's go ahead and keep her backwards, I guess. The petticoat is just on some elastic. You know, I gotta say, they actually did design the petticoat to look like an actual petticoat and not just. I mean, it'd been so easy for them just to cheap out with that. But if you've ever seen actual petticoats, they do have that like layer on the top and then the crinoline on the bottom. Looks like our dress opens all the way in the back. We will take the hands out. In case you were wondering, the body is not anatomically correct. Or AKA, they are in a nippless universe. Oh, I did not get that lined up properly. To begin with, I'm not even entirely sure I'm getting the. What did they call it? A boob bucket in the anime? She does not have one of those on this dress. I mean, she's got boobs, but they didn't really. The way this thing sits, it does not show off the cleavage the way it does. No, that's not good. The way it does in the manga and anime. Oh, for the love of God. So that's kind of annoying. Her fingernails are not painted. The hands are just on a peg. They don't have like a mushroom on them. We will go ahead and affix her collar and leash to her neck before we put the head back on. Ah. Oh, I got her to stand by herself. Okay, so this is the actual stand, and that's a huge chunk of metal there. Jesus, look. Oh, okay. So there was a hole in her back. So you can peg that in there like so. And then the magnet is supposed to help hold her in place. You know, with the way her sleeves are, there's like almost no point in trying to change hands on this thing. So we got the magnetic stand, we got 3 hands, 2 fists, and 1, I guess that would be a holding hand. To be honest, I'm not even going to bother opening this up because I don't want to lose those hands. This is a secondary stand for her that you can use instead of the magnetic one with the plug in it, which this doesn't feel like it's a very strong grip there at all either. But unlike the magnetic stand, you have a Oh, jeez. That actually plugs in there instead of just being stuck to it. And then you have the little grippy things. I'm not sure what difference the... Because this is the longer neck piece. I guess the longer neck piece is specifically so you can see the neck above the collar. Previously, we really couldn't. So I think that's going to be 100% up to your personal preference as to how you want to display it. So, oh, good lord. There's also a thinner set of grapping hands here. You know, at first I was like, this stand is kind of cool, and now I'm like, this stand is kind of a pain in the ass. Because the simple truth of the matter is, these things do not stay on here very well at all. So while I would rather have... Oh, okay. Looks like we're in luck. The magnet comes off of there. I think our overall best choice for display with this figure is to use the... Remove the magnet, put the peg stand in her back to hold her in place, and throw this crap out. I'm also probably going to leave the longer neck in there just so we can actually see neck. Is that maybe backwards? Nope, I think this was the way it was supposed to go. I wonder if her... Maybe the grabbing hand is actually specifically made for holding the leash. Man, I am going to hate myself for doing this. Yeah. I think the grabbing hand is specifically designed so that she can hold her leash. So articulation-wise on this doll, the hair kind of gets in the way, but she does have a hinge on her neck. She keeps on shifting on me. Ugh. And a peg. The arms have a hinge up and down, and you're barely going to be able to see this with her clothing on. But I'm not going to do the naked booby thing for this, but her arm goes up and down. There is a bicep cut. Obviously the elbow, as we saw before when it kept falling apart. And a spin on the hand. There is a boob cut, I guess you would say. Or it could also be... You know what? In this case, it's definitely it would qualify as a boob cut. So there's a boob cut. And there is kind of a somewhat separate waist cut here. Though that one's even harder to move. We can kick up that far. We can only kick back about that far. The knee is a single joint, but it does get better than 90. So we can go like pretty far forward and really far back. There's a hinge at the ankle as well as a spin. I think maybe if we had the Marin in her school uniform doll, we could have gotten a better look at the articulation itself without having to have her be naked. I think that's it for this doll. Anyway, I think that'll conclude our look at the. So overall, I mean, I think they did a pretty good job on the dress considering the size of the doll. I don't think there's any good way to do a cloth outfit that small and still get the specific look that this character had. Oh, hey, her feet are magnetic also. I did not realize that earlier. So that is really cool. I like that her feet are magnetic for that stand. Overall, I think it's a cute little figure. Don't I don't think I would ever pay full price for these things though. I mean, it'd be great if we got the school uniform Marin as a on sale also to go with this. But otherwise, I am definitely not in a hurry to get any more of these things. But I hope you enjoyed this review and this look at our. I hope you enjoyed this look at our Shizuku Kuroe cosplay by Marin. Please feel free to leave a like or comments. Are you considering buying any of these things? Did you get one while they're on sale? I think it was like 35% off on Amazon, so that was hard to pass up. I kind of have wanted to get one of these. They did a He-Man and Skeletor too in this line at one point, but I didn't pick those up either. If you did enjoy this content, you can subscribe below to get more of my stupidity. And if you really want to see stuff, hit that notification button too. Sometimes it works, apparently. Peace and love.